Hey pals, how are you doing? Recently I made a video all about chest dysphoria and ways you can tackle it or deal with it or cope with it, and today I wanted to talk about lower dysphoria, specifically lower dysphoria for transmasculine people or people that are assigned female at birth, just because that's what I know more about. Like the last video, I have kindly been gifted a packer to give away by MSL, so I'll be showing you a bit about that product later on and letting you know how you can get your hands on that for free. I would describe lower or genital dysphoria as a feeling of discomfort or distress around your genitals. Not every trans person has genital dysphoria, and that's totally okay. Some people have it so extreme where it causes panic attacks and you can't leave the house and it's just really difficult to exist. Some people have it on and off occasionally, and some people don't have it at all. All is fine. You don't need genital dysphoria to be trans. I've had stage 1 of metoidioplasty, which I'll talk about a bit later, but since then I've kind of not had as much lower dysphoria as I used to have, even though it didn't change much in terms of aesthetics. But yeah, I can definitely relate to people who have genital dysphoria that is severe enough to give you panic attacks and a feeling of like despair and hopelessness when it comes to getting around life. Hopefully the things that I mentioned can give you a bit of hope in knowing that something is out there that might relieve you of your dysphoria. The first thing you can do to relieve your lower dysphoria is to create a bulge in your underwear so that yourself and other people can kind of notice that there is something there. I don't think everybody goes around looking at everyone's genitals to try and find out who they are or if they can spot a trans person, but I definitely feel like it can help you feel a bit more safe and secure, especially if you're in an environment where you feel quite unsafe or like there's a lot of transphobia and people may be questioning you. If you have a bit of a bulge, it might make you just feel a bit more safe around going outside and introducing yourself as male or telling other people that you're male. You don't have to have a penis to be male, but I know it can help, relieve some of that discomfort if you have something visible. Where's my sock? A couple minutes ago, I put together a little sock sausage. This literally took me about 30 seconds or less to make, and all I did was get a sock. I rolled it up like this. It takes a lot of concentration, clearly. Rolling it up tighter will make it thinner. Rolling it up less tight will make it girthier. But I put it over the edge, the opening, over the edge like that. And there you go, a little sausage. You can either just sit it in your pants so that it fits naturally, or if you're a little bit worried that it's going to move around, you can use a paper clip or a harness to keep it in place. There are some companies online that make harnesses specifically for things like this, so I'll try and have a look and see if I can find some to put in the description. Obviously this doesn't look like a penis when it's like this, but if it is in some clothing, no one's gonna know. A lot of people think that penises on average are like 6 inches or whatever. That's not true at all. I think the average flaccid is about 2 to 3 inches and erect is around 5 inches. So don't worry about having something giant in your pants. Ash Hardell, who's a trans YouTuber, recently made a video on packing and taught you how to make a penis and balls out of tights. So that can come in handy as well. I'll link that video in the description if you're interested in doing that. Some people fill condoms up with hair gel. Personally, I'd be a little bit worried that it would pop and leak all over my underwear. Some people prefer the feeling of fabric to silicone or plastic in their underwear just because it's a lot less sweaty and sticky. So something like this might be really affirming and nice for you to use. If you're looking for something a little more realistic or functional, you can have a look online for a prosthetic penis. There are quite a few companies online that make packers specifically for trans men that can be used just to put in your pants to imitate the image of a penis. Some companies make packers that can be used to pee standing up. Some companies make packers that can be used to pee standing up and for penetrative sex. I got in touch with a brand called Emisil. This isn't an advert, they're not paying me to do this. I reached out to them again, asking if they'd like to send me something so that I can give it away and review it on the channel. And they did. Emisil sent me their first generation STP prosthetic, which looks like this, and I think it's really neat and cool. So this is a pack and pee prosthetic. As you can see, it looks really realistic. It has veins, it has a head that is a different colour to the shaft, it has wrinkles that imitate foreskin, it has a kind of vein or a seam at the bottom that goes all the way to the balls, and it is a fairly decent size. It has this cup on the edge, which is what you place against your body to enable you to pee through the penis. You can either do this standing up, or you can just sit on the toilet and just visualize peeing through a penis, which can be really affirming in itself. For some people, it can be really nice to be able to have the option of peeing at a urinal if you're in public, and something like this would be perfect for that because it is extremely realistic. Once you're done peeing, you kind of shake it off and put it back in your pants. I assume you would either pack it up or kind of fold it so that it creates a bulge just in your pants, and obviously at the end of the day or after you're done peeing, you clean it. I haven't used this packer and I don't plan to use it because I'm going to give it away to someone who needs it. So like my last video, if you want this packer and STP device, then all you have to do is be subscribed and tell me what it would do for you. Unfortunately, I can only ship to the UK because I'm paying for shipping. If you're under 18, you'd have to get permission from an adult to give me an address to send it to. I think it's important to note that this isn't a sex toy or something to be used as a fetish. It might be used by people in that way occasionally, but for the majority of people who use these, it is just an item to relieve dysphoria and something that is necessary to be able to function in daily life. At the end of this month, I will pick out a winner and get in touch with you, and then I'll send it to you for free, and you'll have a wonderful little packer and STP device. If you don't think packing will alleviate your dysphoria to the point where you feel comfortable, it may be worth looking into surgery. There are two main types of surgeries that people can get to create a phallus or a penis, and although there are a lot of myths about them, they can be extremely successful and wonderful for people's well-being, so don't write it off just because of what you've heard. The two most popular types of surgeries are metoidioplasty and phalloplasty. Metoidioplasty creates a penis through the tissue that you've got already. Usually on testosterone you'll grow a micro penis, and what they do is take skin from another part of your body, it's quite often your mouth, and they will use that to create a urethra, close it up and implant testicles if you want that. Of course there's lots of variations on that kind of surgery, but I do have a video detailing how it works and what happens when you get metoidioplasty, which I'll link in the description. Phalloplasty is when they take skin from another part of your body. It's quite often that they will use skin from your forearm or from your leg and create a phallus that way and kind of stitch it together so that you have a larger penis that can be used to pee from. Quite often they will implant a pump or a rod so that you can get erect with that penis too. There are possible complications with both types of surgeries, but I'll link some more information in the description if you're interested in learning more about that. But yeah, that is my advice for lower dysphoria if you experience it. I want to thank Sol, Mark, Bex and Oliver for supporting me on Patreon. I just think you're wonderful. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're having a great day and a great week and a great month and a great everything. And I will speak to you soon. Bye.